And it's exactly what you want on the night of the 22nd of December.
Can we have perfection? Treble 19, double 12 for the 9. He's missed it. He's missed it by a millimetre.
Treble 19 hit. Bullseye for Sweeting, and it's a sweet, it's a nut. My word. What a shot.
Oh, the no-look max. Williams gives it the no-look max in response. 2 right in the left corner and 1 in the middle.
What is happening here right now? Have a bunch of seeded dart players come across all of the black cats?
Do it, Rashad. Do it.
Don't do it. Oh, he's done it. And he's left double 7. We're about to find out whether that's a good or a bad thing. I blame Mark Wilson.
He's playing to the crowd. He's a showman. He's giving the fans what they want.
Oh my word! Rimmer van Barneveld has nilled Kenny.
Our dear old friend, sadly departed, Nigel Pearson, would have undoubtedly said at this point, you couldn't have scripted it. But that's where we are.
You're simply the best.
More amazing scripts yet to be written here in North London. I hope you're doing okay. I hope my co-conspirators here in the commentary box are similarly doing okay, alongside our redoubtable producer Matt Gubbins, who herds cats for a couple of weeks sorting us out. Chris Mason and Paul Nicholson. Did you have a good Christmas, fellas?
Yeah, it was hectic. You know, it's like you just sort of have that one day where it's just bonkers, and then you're back on the road, and next thing you know you're back here. But yeah, this is very much part 2 of the World Championship. We've just completed part 1, and now it really does come alive.
When you've been around as many World Championships as Mace and I have, you look at it slightly differently. You have a great first half of the tournament, and then Christmas and Boxing Day, it's purely the half-time oranges.
Yeah.
And now we're ready for the second half. We want to write some more history.
So, 14 seeds went from the 32 that entered at the second round stage, which is 1 more than I think we had in 2019. So I think we've set a record since the tournament expanded to 72 players, never mind 96. So how do you both sum up those first 9 days of action?
Well,
I'll start with, May, start with you.
I did a short video with Phil Bars from Online Darts, where he sort of said to me, what do you put it down to? And I put it down to burnout, and a lot of it's self-inflicted. The last competitive tournament was probably 3 weeks ago, something like that, Nico. And in that time, we discussed this right at the start of our Aces and Arrows podcast, where we both felt that I don't think it's wise going off travelling all over Europe doing exhibitions. I understand for the financials, but before the Worlds, miss another couple of tournaments that don't really matter. Some of these invitational non-ranked ones, because there's plenty of those out there that you can literally say, do you know what, thanks but no thanks. But it is what it is, and I think a lot of the players, their preparation has left a lot to be desired.
Couldn't agree more. I spoke about this with Humphries before night 1. I thought that maybe he'd done too many exhibitions coming into his first challenge, but the way that Luke was explaining it was, I was preparing for one match, and it was a very winnable match, and he's now had the gift of a week off before Christmas to rest, recuperate, and make sure he's sharp. I have no doubt that Humphries will be sharp for the final push, and he will be playing last game tonight. But I think there are some people out there who have done too much travelling prior to the Worlds, and you have to really understand it from our point of view, just how much that takes out of you. And you don't get enough serious practice out of exhibitions. I think you need at least 10 days just to do things the way that you see fit, and we will find out who's done that.
Yeah, it's the drills we go through. There's always going to be certain elements of a dartboard where you're, and it might sound strange, where you're just not feeling comfortable for whatever reason, because mainly in exhibitions you're using the dartboard totally different to what you'd use it in a competitive game. You're basically showing off, you're showing your skills, but you don't hone those skills in exhibitions.
If you have a match between Manchester United and Liverpool on a Sunday around 4 o'clock, they might have Monday to recover, and they're getting ready for a game the following week if they haven't got a midweek match. The equivalent of what some of these guys have done is that they've played extra friendlies before they've played that next competitive match, and that doesn't actually make any sense. So this is something the players, now the managers and the sponsors and things, they will want them to do these exhibitions, but it's entirely up to the player whether they do them or not.
Well, it's intriguing that many seeds have gone, and some went with certainly not with a bang, certainly went with a whimper.
Correct.
Maybe they will review the way that they sort out their darting calendar in wake of this many going out. But still plenty of seeds left, although the bottom half of the draw, I think, saw more casualties than the top half. We know that Luke Humphries and Luke Littler are both still set to meet at the semi-final stage, but we'll see how things pan out. As Paul Nicholson rightly mentioned, Luke Humphries plays last match tonight. But what are the 3 matches that we're going to bring you in this afternoon session? I'll tell you what, let's check out the odds with our friends at William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
And Alex Dunn joins us from William Hill. How are you, Alex?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Do you know what? I'm just really pleased that the darts is back. You settle into a bit of a routine, don't you? And then all of a sudden it's taken away from you. And I tell you what, we've got some humdingers to look forward to today.
Well, let's start with the first one up in the next few minutes. Damon Heta of Australia against Luke Woodhouse of England. What have you got for this one, Alex?
Heta is 100 to 30 on. Woodhouse is 5 to 2 in the outright markets. A couple of markets that I did quite like the look of here were over on the 180s. The spread is at 13.5, so over 13.5 180s in the match is even money. And I do quite like Heta to win and have the highest checkout at 10 to 11. Not quite the match treble, because I've left the 180s out of there because I think Woodhouse will throw a few. I was impressed by Woodhouse pre-Christmas, so I don't think it'll be straightforward for Heta. I imagine he'll get the job done, but I think Woodhouse will give him something to think about.
Go on then, Mace. What have you got on your acca?
Yeah, I agree. I was just looking at the numbers and in the manner in which they won. Luke Woodhouse beat Elagan 3-0 with a 94, then beat De Decker, who was fancied 3 sets to 1 with only an 88 average. Their head-to-head, Luke has had some success. It's 8-4 in favour of Heta in that department, but then I start to break down the seasonal numbers. Nearly 97 for Heta, averaged over 98 in beating a player that we all fancied to have a deep run this year in Connor Scott, and he dealt with him handily, 3 sets to 1. And the last meeting between these two was the final Players' Championship of the year, and it went 6-0 in favour of Heta. I think Heta does a bit of a job on him today. I think Luke's reached his ceiling in terms of how far he's going to go with those kind of numbers. I've gone Heta minus 1.5 sets. When I had a look a little earlier, it was 4 to 7.
Okay, next up, Alex, Johnny Clayton, who squeezed through in his game against Mickey Mansell, up against Daryl Gurney, who we all thought in the commentary box showed a great deal of refocusing when he got through in his second round encounter.
Yeah, 4 to 6 Clayton and 6 to 5 Gurney tells you that it's pretty tight between the pair. Honestly, wouldn't be shocked either way. I'd say it's priced up about right, to be honest with you. We do have enhanced odds on Clayton to have over 3 checkouts of over 99, boosted out from 9 to 2 to 11 to 2. A couple of markets I was interested in here. Again, overs on the 180s, over 12.5 match 180s in this one is priced up at 10 to 11. And quite simply, Gurney to throw the most 180s is 21 to 20. That's a pick'em. 21 to 20 Gurney, 21 to 20 Clayton, and 13 to 2 the draw, the 180s match bet. But yeah, I think this will be fast and furious, and it's probably the one that I'm most looking forward to this afternoon.
Yeah, me too as well, Alex. Their numbers are so similar. 93.73 for the season for Clayton, 93.48 for Gurney, but the manner in which they won, they both got put through the ringer, let's have it right. But it felt like Clayton fell over the line against Mansell. However, against Hempel, Gurney averaged 98.31. Their head-to-head record, all points to Gurney, 5 to 2 in his favour. And I just prefer the form line of Gurney right now. And when you've got a match that's so equally matched up, I always advise going for value. I'm taking Gurney at 6 to 5.
Finally tonight, in the afternoon session, I should say, Alex, Stephen Bunting against Madas Razma of Latvia. Now, I would suggest that the odds will be heavily in favour of Bunty here.
Yeah, they are. He's 2 to 7 with Razma at 13 to 5. So there will be those of you out there that think that Bunting could and maybe should be a little bit shorter. I do expect him to win this. We've got enhanced odds again available. Bunting over 8 180s and Bunting over 1 checkout of over 99. boosted from 100 to 30 to 4 to 1, and I do quite like the look of that. Quite simply, I'd play the correct score here. Bunting to win 4-1 is priced up at 5 to 2. I think he'll be comfortably too good, but we'll give Madars Razmar one set in there because Bunting is seldom on it for all of it. He does have little legs and spells where he will wander off a little. So 5 to 2 for Bunting to win 4-1 is where I thought the value lay here.
Yeah, I've gone for a slightly safer bet. I've gone Bunty minus 2.5 sets. It was 6 to 5. Not sure where that is right now. They've played 6 times, 5-1 in the head-to-head in favour of Bunty. And ironically, you look at Madar's seasonal numbers, 91.2. His 2 winning averages, 90.65 and 91.33. He's playing to type, and that type ain't enough to beat Bunty.
All right, so what's your ACCA pay then, Mace?
6.6 to 1. So Heta minus 1.5 sets at 4 to 7. Gurney at 6 to 5 just to win. Bunty in the handicap minus 2.5 sets at 6 to 5. It's about 6.6 to 1.
See, wherever you're listening to talkSPORT 2, Mace does all this homework just for you. He really puts the time in to try and make sure that Alex isn't just walking back.
Well, I wonder if they're a bit wounded from the horse racing at Kempton yesterday.
Are you wounded, Alex, from the horse racing yesterday? Did you take a bit of a battering?
What I will say is the trainers are hoping for more positive horse racing results today. How is that? No, what I would say is that I think we were a fair bit back on the football yesterday. There were a fair few shocks and not quite as many goals.
Yes, so, good old Fulham. Fulham did you a favour, didn't they? Alex, have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Alex Dunn from William Hill with all the odds. Get epic value all tournament with William Hill. It's 18 plus, and the website you need, go and check it out. It's always worth a look. It's always worth a good look at. It's got some great information on there. BeGambleAware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18 plus. GambleAware.org.
One more for you, Mace, before I let you go. A lot of Welsh here today.
Yes, there should be. We got Welshman on in
Gerwen Price tonight
Nick
Kenny. Do we expect Nick Kenny to be even be able to take a set of Luke Humphries?
No, not looking at their numbers. Listen, you always get it. Look at Joe Cullen the other before Christmas. That performance came from absolutely nowhere.
Didn't it?
Luke would have to really his arm fall off and Kenny play like an hero.
Well, breaking news, Luke Humphries' arm has fallen off. Imagine that. Mace, thank you. Mace is going to be back with Paul Nicholson to do commentary on our second game this afternoon, which is the Clayton-Gurney tie. But Paul Nicholson has stayed with me. Ian Danter in the commentary box. You can hear the dulcet tones of John McDonald, who doesn't sound any the worse for wear after his Christmas Day festivities. And we're getting ready for the first match of the afternoon. As usual, the fancy dress is very much in evidence. I walk past the Cool Runnings guys on my way up the stairs to the media entrance here at Ali Pally. A few more Scooby-Doos around this year than I ever seem to remember. Kind of the Scooby-Doo hats. But yeah, all human life is here in different types of fancy dress. Now, Luke Woodhouse of England is first up. The man from Bewdley in Worcestershire, not too far from the old Safari Park. It's all I can ever remember from the adverts. The Westminster Safari Park on the A456 between Kidderminster and Bewdley. And I was talking backstage to Paul Nicholson, who's alongside me here, about Luke Woodhouse. And when we first started doing darts on the radio, we started to learn about the players who were making their way in the game post-Taylor, as there was all that jostling for position in the world rankings. Luke Woodhouse and Luke Humphries appeared to me, Nico, to be on quite similar career trajectories. But when COVID hit, and post-COVID, Humphries has obviously gone stratospheric. Luke has found it tough at times, although he played pretty well in his second round match, I have to say.
Luke Woodhouse is a very good player, but there are certain question marks over his career. One of them is application. We'll talk about that in due course, but there's no doubting the application of this guy. He's sacrificed everything for success in PDC darts, and a lot of great things are ahead of him. Damon on the stage, but Chris Mason would agree with this next point. He hasn't proven it with his ability on the stage in a huge tournament yet. This could be a monstrous event for Damon and his future, because if he makes the semi-finals, he could well be in the top 4 in the world and could be in the Premier League without needing a pick, because the top 4 in the world automatically go into Premier League darts in early February. Damon Heta will have looked at that situation. He looks at every situation, he looks under every rock, but his first job is to be the first person into the last 16 of the 2025 World Darts Championship at Alexandra Palace at Woodhouse's expense.
Now, Luke Woodhouse did take care of Mike De Decker, who's won a major this year, and it wasn't by the odd set in 5. He won that match 3-1, and he always had De Decker at arm's length. Decent doubling. He was 43% on his doubles for the tournament, an average of just over 90. Heta admittedly got through his second round tie with Connor Scott, which was a real good ding-dong clash, but ended up with 52% on his doubles and a 97 average, and that just shows how much effort he had to make to keep Connor Scott at bay in that match, Nico.
Yeah, that was a difficult fixture, but these two have been given the first game post-Christmas. From here on out, all the way through to possibly around midnight, getting into New Year's Eve, it's all about making sure you're in the quarterfinals now, one round at a time, and Heta started well with a 139.
The set length has increased now that we're into round 3. You'll have got used to our matches being 5 sets in length.
44.
Now it's a 7-set affair, still 5 legs to a set, but you have to get to 4 sets to advance to the last 16. Heta with the darts, the number 9 seed in these championships, down at 3-2-3. Woodhouse very much an orthodox
60.
aimer of the dart, holds the dart lightly but firmly between all but his little finger and his thumb.
83.
Heta also a nice straightforward throw, not too many moving parts for him. Woodhouse a few points behind here with 3 darts in hand, trying to get somewhere near Heta's total of 240, and a 140 score will do nicely to take him just 16 points behind the heat after 9 darts.
Yeah, Damon started this match with a couple of trebles. Since then, things have dried up a little bit. He's on 180 after 12. Can't take that out, of course, because you have to finish on a double or the bullseye. The complexities of winning legs has not changed. It's just the complexity of the length of the games that have changed. It's not a different discipline. This is long format darts from start to finish. It just happens to get slightly longer as the tournament goes on. This is better from Heta. 2 treble 20s.
He can't go for another one.
Just stay away from this treble 20. He might even go treble 12 here, you know.
Well, he did, and only hit single, but he's down to 48 for the leg. But Woodhouse, who hit a very nice treble 20 for a ton last visit, wants 156, which won't go. Small 20 hit, comes downstairs for treble 19, and only hits 2 singles. So, 16 for double 16 for Damo. He hits the single. How about the double? Yes, right in the corner, next to double 7. Just next door, but first leg goes with the darts.
It's funny how when you're doing an entertaining walk-on for the fans who have come here for around midday on the 27th of December, when that first leg 96. For yourself is in the books, your demeanour and your feeling changes completely. It's all business now. It's not about entertainment, it's about doing the right things at the right times 96. At your opponent's expense. First set, Heta 1-0 in legs. This one is a little cagey to start with, and that's okay. Just make sure that you're better than your opponent. That's the job.
Heta with the now trademark David Boone style moustache, although much better kept than David Boone's soup strainer was. That was just wild, the Aussie opener.
I've got a dare for Damon Heta next time around. I think he should have the moustache from Wallace and Gromit from the police inspector voiced by Peter Kay. That would be an effort.
That's a proper soup strainer that character had. Lovely 137 from Heta to get down to 174. Woodhouse will get down to a finish surely from 208. Oh, hang on, treble 1 doesn't help. Small 20's got to come downstairs. Oh, picks off treble 19 to rescue that visit. But 174 for Heta won't go.
No, it won't. Small 20 with the first one, the cover. He's down on the 19s, but with 2 singles either side of that treble 19 bed to leave 116. Woodhouse is going to have to go 18s here on 128. He gets a small one to start with. 60 and bullers left. Hasn't got his weight of dart right so far, Dance. He's a little bit underneath and over the top. He's got 90 points here with 1 dart in hand. And he's going for the treble 18 again from a different angle. And again, a small 18 might not be good enough.
So a chance to break. 116 for Heta. Treble 20 hit. 16 for double top. 16 is hit. How about tops? No, underneath. Just a little underneath. That's centimetre too low. So Woodhouse to rescue it and brings back to 1-1. 172. He's hit 21. He's hit treble 7 by mistake. 51 left. 19 leaves. Double 16 with 1 dart. And he's wired it on the outside.
That was big for Damon. After missing tops for the 116, he now gets a chance at double 10, which is just on the outside. Very low on the double 10 bed, though. Second dart is a bit further away, but higher. Dart 3 does not register. They're all on the outside. And Woodhouse has dodged one here. He's got 32 with 3 darts to take an edgy second leg of the first set.
And gets it with a 19th dart of that leg. Well, that'll make him feel a little bit better, even if, as you say, Nico, it was an edgy leg to get him to that double 16.
97.
1 leg apiece in the opening set on talkSPORT 2.
Here's an intricacy for you. Luke Woodhouse's wife is in the audience today. She doesn't follow him everywhere he goes. She goes to the big ones if he's asking her to come.
Yeah.
She's here today. Damon Heta's wife Megan, one of the sole reasons why their sacrifice from Australia to England has worked. She never, ever sits in the audience. She's downstairs. She can't handle it up here. She wants to stay away from the public so she can just sit there biting her nails.
Heta in for a maximum here, and he has the first of the afternoon. The first of round 3. Goes to the heat to get down to 84 from 9 darts. Chance for an 11 darter. Woodhouse not settled at all yet.
No, not at all. I think at this point in time, I think he can count himself very fortunate to be 1-1 in the first set. He's not looked good at all. Neither player have really settled, but Damon is starting to settle a bit quicker than Woodhouse. Well, he's on double 16 after 12 here, which is the best scoring performance we've seen in a leg.
Woodhouse on 300 exactly less this visit.
100.
Just a steady ton. So double 16 to go 2-1 up for Damon Heta. First one's a good centimetre outside, but that's pinned very nicely. It's 2-1. You're listening to coverage of the PDC World Darts Championship with Village Hotels. Dine out, stay, work out and play this festive season at one of 33 cracking UK locations. And we have our watch-along going on at the moment. Hello to you if you're watching on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. We're here with watch-alongs of every game, plus interviews for the great and the good backstage that you can enjoy. And also, that's all thanks to our brand new Top Trumps Darts Legends game that you can try. Leg 4 of set 1. Luke Woodhouse playing a bit better in this leg after 6 darts down to 264. It's Heta that's trailing. Heta that's got to find a decent visit. 83 will have to do. That's George Noble you can hear calling out the scores. And the fairer sex is represented on the stage as well in the scoring department.
58.
Yeah, we've got our first female official of the World Championship, Daniela Bata-Bogdanov of, well, she lives in Hungary, but she's actually Serbian. Does a lot of great work with PDC Europe. 140 from Damon. Leaves 197. Slightly ahead of Woodhouse here, who's on 206, and he's still looking very, very worried about how much he hasn't settled in this first set.
He's never got past round 3 at the World Championships in his previous attempts.
56.
And maybe there's a bit of that playing in his head that, you know, he's desperate to go one step further, and he just needs to chill a little bit against the heat.
Great advice. And 150 checkout would cheer him up. Would that make him chill? Well, that's a good start. Treble 19, does he get another? He does. Double 18 for a chill. Oh, too high, too hot. And maybe Damon's too hot in this first set. 97 to win the set. Single 19, he goes to the 18s and gets the treble. Double 12 to win the set. Just underneath. And Woodhouse will be back for double 18.
It's got to go. You would suggest double 18 for Luke Woodhouse for 2-2. He's inside, across the double 9 on the opposite side of the board. He's pinned that. It is 2-2. We go to a deciding leg in set 1 between Heta and Woodhouse here at Ali Pali.
I like that you brought up the fact that Woodhouse has only made
21.
the last 32 this stage of the tournament once before. When he did so in 2020, he lost to Dimitri Vandenberg by 4-2, but that was a pre-Christmas game. And that was a game where he was not very well at all. He had the flu.
That's right.
He could barely walk, and he still managed to play 6 sets that night and average 90.
We've wondered since whether he actually had COVID. You know, one of the first people to, contract it. You just don't know, do you?
We can speculate, but you have to look at who he played the game before that. It was Paul Lim, and he'd come all the way from the Far East.
Woodhouse in for his first maximum, doesn't quite get it. 140 will have to do, but he's keeping pace with Damon Heta and a chance, unbelievably, to win the set against the darts, having laboured in these early stages. Woodhouse, he's now 2-2-6 less this visit, and he's going to be down to a finish way before his opponent. 140 scored. What's going on here, Nico?
This is a weird set. Woodhouse has stayed alive, stayed resolute, but Heta is not out of it yet. That maximum gets him on 106, but Woodhouse is already on 86 to pinch this set away.
For an 11 darter, treble 18 would leave double 16. 18 scored, 68 left, stays on 18. Bullseye! Oh, way off. Actually, 18 again, just outside the outer ring.
But the number 9 seed Damon Heta's got 106 to win the set. That's a small 20. Does not get the treble 18 on his turn in that corner of the board. And Woodhouse can now go 1-0 up in this best of 7 set match.
58.
And if Damon loses this set, he'll realise this is a set he should have won.
Oh, without question. But trebles for show, doubles for dough. Woodhouse wants 2 16s for the set. First dart is a centimetre outside. Closer with the second, but not quite. Just moves along the oche to the right and pins it with the final dart. And Luke Woodhouse is a set up. After labouring in the early stages of that set, somehow he comes from behind, rallies, and Damon Heta, hands in pockets, shuffles off the stage for the first of our 3 potential comfort breaks. Wondering how on earth that opening set got away from him. We'll be back shortly with set 2 here on your home of darts on the radio, talkSPORT 2 at Ali Pali.
talkSPORT 2, official broadcast partner of the English Football League.
Okay. It's Friday. It is Friday, December the 27th. Ian Danter and Paul Nicholson with you in our side stage commentary position here at Alexandra Palace. Day 10 of the PDC World Darts Championship, round 3 underway, and the first match of the third round has seen Luke Woodhouse take an unlikely first set lead over Damon Heta, the number 9 seed from Australia, when he really was struggling to find his range and form. Woodhouse suddenly came from 2-1 down to win 3-2. Boom. And we've got live football across the network tonight. Mace and Nico will be here to pick up commentary on talkSPORT 2 at the end of the Brighton-Brentford game. That's a 7:30 kickoff, so that probably means that they'll pick up commentary from about 9:30, so probably midway through the second game and through to the end of play tonight. That's Brighton-Brentford on talkSPORT 2 at 7:30. Arsenal-Ipswich is at 8:15 over on talkSPORT tonight, so you've got a choice of listening football-wise, but Mace and Nico are primed and ready to take over once things are done at the Amex.
Well, we're going to be here from the off because there's nowhere we're going to miss that Gezi Price-Joe Cullen match. That could be explosive, and we will make sure that everybody listening to the football on talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 get updates for that, because tonight I'm sure it will be fantastic. This afternoon has started very unexpectedly after that comeback win in the first set for Woodhouse, like you mentioned, Dance. But Heta, who's just hit a 171 on 3 treble 19s, he'll be looking to do it again here from 271.
Woodhouse's average in this match is a good 4 or 5 points down on what it took to get through to this stage in the tournament. And now the second time in a leg, 171 hit by Damon Heta, 3 treble 19s. He thinks he's mad as Rasma up there.
Weirdly, the winner of this game could actually play him in the next round, because Rasma plays Bunting this afternoon in game 3. Winner of that plays the winner of this one. 100 left for Heta, and even with the 2 171s, he's still got to go for 80 with 2 darts here, with Woodhouse on 124.
So he's going tops, but it won't go. He's way underneath
60
and hits 2 small 20s instead. So he's on tops if Woodhouse can't take up 124. This is only a 1 treble visit necessarily. He's hit single 20, so treble 18 for the Bull. He's hit treble 18. Bullseye for Woodhouse. Closer this time than he was first time, hits 25.
Damon's double top shooting's got to be better. He keeps missing it low. This time he's too high. You have a correction. Can he find it with dart 3? They're both high, and then he's underneath. The best finisher in World Darts in 2024 is currently 2 from 11 in this last 32 match.
And once again, the door's open for Woodhouse. Oh, he went for 9 for double 8 and hit 14. He's got 11 left. Just steps away from the oche for the moment. 3 for double 4, surely. 3 is hit, and only just it very nearly hit 17. 1 dart at double 4, missed. That was a bit of a bag of nails from Luke Woodhouse.
Just a bit. Double 10 for Heta, which he missed 3 times in the previous set. Same position, just half a centimetre outside. Then it is again. He's got to recalibrate on the line here. If he misses again, Woodhouse is going to be buoyed by this. Double 10 once more. This time he measures it perfectly, but this time from the left-hand side of the oche. He might use that position a bit more if he's in that department a little bit later in the match.
He had to move a good 2 steps across to the left to find the angle from which to find double 10. He almost threw his hands up apologetically to the punters. Sorry, guys. Got there in the end. And he's 1-0 up in this second set. And that's a break of throw to start this second set as well for Damo.
I don't know about you, Dance, but I'm getting serious first game nerves from both players. This almost feels like the first game of the tournament once again.
Well, the averages bear that out. They're both averaging 85 in this set so far. For those that aren't aware, might be new to darts on the radio, when we use averages 85, 94, that's a 3 dart average for rounding up each visit that they make to the board. So the very best players manage an average of late 90s, early 100s. Sometimes you get a player like Taylor who can average over 110. And sometimes in a set you get players like Luke Littler who average over 114.
Yeah, we've seen a few records in this tournament already, but the tournament's only halfway through. Woodhouse 304, looking for a max.
140.
Has to settle for a 140 call from match referee George Noble.
Hasn't found a match yet.
2 from Heta. He's not going to get one here from 256. A dart on the floor, which he can retrieve to try and leave a finish here. But after a treble 5 and a single 20, he's going to have to go for a 60 here, is he surely? Does he have the luxury of the treble 19?
54.
Not on this occasion. So he's outside the finishing zone on 202.
I've got a question for you when we get a chance about retrieved darts. Woodhouse 164. First element's done. Treble 20, treble 18. Oh, he stayed on the treble. Fair enough, because Heta's back on 202 and can't go, so he might as well try and lay up. He's left himself 64 to break back.
Now, this is a position for Damon where he wanted to get 105 or more to leave a 2-darter. It's a treble-less visit to leave 142. He's 1-0 up in the second set. Woodhouse at 64 now has got a central treble 16 in the bottom left corner. How's his double 8 on dart number 3 then? He's left only just, and then wildly right on dart number 3. So he's on double 4 with Damon all the way back on that 142 that he left with 60 last time round.
Treble 20 to start. We're looking at the 19s, or 17s actually. It's single 17. So can he break 100?
57.
Only just.
Uruguay.
So still a 2-dart finish required for Heta. Double 4 for Woodhouse. He's pinned. And we've got 2 breaks to throw at the start of this second set. Woodhouse 1-0 up in a race to 4. Now, the question I've got for you is, when was the last time that a match referee such as George Noble up there deemed that a player had not just dropped the dart but had actually released the dart in the act of throwing, but it looked like they dropped it? Can you recall anything happening like that in the modern era?
2 instances come to mind. One, I've seen players penalised for delivering darts underarm towards the board, and they are then deemed as foul darts.
We've seen that here, I think.
We've also seen someone accidentally throw the dart forward, but thinking that they can retrieve it. Mensah Suljovic did that at the World Match Play, and it was deemed a foul dart at the time, and that dart did not count, even though it was on the carpet.
Darts most foul. After Vincent's most foul.
100.
I did enjoy that. Now, maximum for Heta at the start of leg 3. 4 perfect darts. 5 perfect darts. 6 perfect darts. He missed a 9-darter narrowly. In round 2, he's up for another one here, Nico.
180 from Woodhouse. Doesn't get him to a finish, but it's all on Damon now. Can he go one better than the game against Scott? Let's find out. Double 12! Double 12! This time Damon Heta does hit the double 12! Someone is £60,000 richer on the stage! Someone in the audience is going to be £60,000 richer, and £60,000 to the charity. Damon Heta is now a 9-dart king on the Ali Pali stage.
The place has gone potty, and nobody's celebrating that more than his opponent. Luke Woodhouse embraces Heta. Heta bounced across the stage, did the old David Brent dance, absolutely loved it, magnificent, and Woodhouse was just as into it as everybody else was, and the place has gone Bunting mental a little early before Stephen Bunting hits the stage. Well done, Damon Heta. Only gets him a leg, but it does get him £60,000.
Well, imagine being 2-1 up in the second set. You've had that biggest adrenaline spike of maybe your entire career, and now you've got to play darts to win the set. So that's difficult. But that, believe it or not, Dance, is Damon Heta's biggest payday in World Darts. Even more than winning the World Cup. And he's done it in one leg. I think we're going to get at least 5 9-darters in this tournament by the looks of it.
I think you said 3, didn't you, at the start?
I did, but I think we're going to go up to 5 now.
Okay.
But what a moment. Well done, Damon. And fair play to Woodhouse. He celebrated that with Damon, making it an even better moment.
Yeah.
But now it's back to business.
Yeah, but a reminder of £60,000 not just going to Heta, but also to Prostate Cancer UK, who already get £1,000 for every maximum that's hit. And at one point, after this match is done, the cameras that are here at Ali Pali will settle on one random punter sat in his or her seat and they will win £60,000 just by dint of being here when it happened.
I actually saw a sign in the audience about 5 or 6 minutes ago saying, I only came for the 60k. I mean, of course you didn't, you came for the darts. 316 Heta in this very key leg. And I think it's interesting, if you look at the break structure, Dance, there is a break after set 2. If Heta can get into this break with a 1-set all scoreline, those 5 minutes will be crucial for him to just come down and to get back to business. That works. 1-3-4, courtesy of 619s, gets into 1-8-2. Woodhouse 2-1 down in this second set.
And 2-5-1, so he's a bit wayward. Only 40 scored. Treble 5 and a single 5 involved in that visit. So Heta's got the advantage here. 2 legs to 1 up with the darts, going for an equalising set. And once again he finds 619s like he did on his previous visit. 48 required for the set. And Woodhouse visibly speeding up his visits as though he thinks the game is up. 16 for double 16. Heta for the set. Brilliant. A 2-dart kill to level it at 1 apiece. He may not be thinking too much about that. He just strides towards his table, takes the acclaim, and both players walk off together. It's 1 set apiece, but the hairs are standing up on Damon Heta's hairy arms because he's hit a 9-darter, our second of the tournament, following on from Christian Kist. And now the camera will pan onto one member of the audience who's going to get 60k. 60 grand in their hand. Well done, Damon Heta. Set 3 and 4 up next here, but it's 1 set apiece at the PDC World Darts Championship between Damon Heta and Luke Woodhouse. Stay with us.
This is talkSPORT 2.
That was loud.
Okay.
talkSPORT 2, official broadcast partner of the Premier League.
What was the lady scorer's name again? It was a beautiful name.
Daniela Bogdanov.
Wow.
Just call her Danny. I was talking to her last night, and the last time she was here was when Fallon was doing her bits, and I said, so it's your fault she hasn't won since then.
Thank you.
The 2025 PDC Darts World Championship.
Live on talkSPORT 2.
Well, if you're just tuning into Darts on the I see.
95.
Well, Australia are holding sway in that test match against India. Dreadful run out, aiding Australia's cause in that test match on the other side of the world.
There's nothing more traditional in cricket than a Boxing Day test match at the MCG.
Rugby one soon. Ashes, not far away when you think about it.
51.
Remember Heta coming on with his batting and bowling gear at the match play, just to wind us all up.
Yeah, he wasn't very popular that day, but I think he's not so much. He's not trialing different walk-ons now. He's got a walk-on with the flaming hat and the music. It's Premier League ready, but is he ready for the Premier League? Is he ready to go 1-0 up in the third set with a 1-1-6? Still, that double top is not cooperating. That one's drastically high.
His double percentage is down at 29%. Woodhouse wants 108. 19 hit. He went for treble 19, and then almost dismissively launches a dart at treble 18. Tops again for Heta. Oh, again, he's way inside, 2 centimetres low. But double 10 is pinned, and so he takes the first leg with the darts of set 3. Heta back in front, and he was back in front for the first time since the very opening leg.
I know this game is tied at 1 set all, and Woodhouse has just hit a 9-darter, but basically at this point of the game, Luke Woodhouse is playing like one of Henry VIII's ex-wives because he hasn't got his head in the game.
And I'm trying to remember which. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
96.
No, I'm not going there. Today's not a day for a history lesson.
Well, today is always a darts lesson.
It is.
4-0-2 Heta, the number 9 seed. Woodhouse better on the scoring here in leg 2 of the third set. 2-2-5 after 6. This is a situation where he should win the leg to bring us all square in sets and legs.
Well, look, Woodhouse gets his third 180. Remember, he hit an away 180 in the midst of that 9-darter that Heta managed in the last set. Oh, back comes Damon. 140 for the heat. 45 Woodhouse to level it up for an 11-darter. Double 16. Nice, nice, Luke Woodhouse. That's a good comeback. 1 set all, 1 leg all on talkSPORT 2.
Damon has done something in his career that Luke Woodhouse has not, and that is make the last 16 of a World Championship. Last year, Damon made it through this stage by beating Barry van Peer of the Netherlands by 4 sets to 3. And that was a difficult situation for Damon to get through. He was 2 sets to 0 down, then he won the next 3 to go 3-2 up, then he was 3-3, then he won 4-3. So he has been in a situation like this prior and prevailed. Woodhouse hasn't.
Woodhouse beginning to come down from 4-4-3.
100.
Simple ton. So he's 20 points behind Heta after 6 darts apiece.
100.
Feels like everything's settled down a little bit since the 9-darter, and now they're back to business.
Just a bit.
And that's a great first dart from Woodhouse. He can max from there. Third dart is under-delivered, resulting in a 140, his 8th of the contest.
I said it to you last time when we were watching Woodhouse together as Damo pops in maximum number 5. Sometimes it feels like the only thing that can beat Luke Woodhouse is Luke Woodhouse.
Correct. It's absolutely right. He's got all the talent in the world. It's just a question of how you use it. Double top for Heta. Can he find it this time? That's more like it. Right in the middle towards the top wire. And it's 2-1 to Heta in the third set. There will not be a break at the end of this set. There's going to be a break at the end of the fourth. But what will the score be at that point? Back comes Luke Woodhouse. Another 140 for him.
That was a 13-dart hold for Heta in that third leg. And he's coming downstairs to the 19s, and again, that's about the 3rd or 4th time he's picked off 6 19s with those 2 darts. So he's hot on the heels of Luke Woodhouse. Just snatches at that 3rd dart, just rushed it a bit and ended up with a ton when he wanted a 140.
You know how there's a lot of people who have walk-on songs and nicknames that have been used in the past dance? We've talked a lot about Gezi Price having the Iceman. and the fact that Alan Warren a little, and his family and friends didn't like the fact that he took that nickname. Woodhouse will take that 180 to leave 81 after 9 darts. He's scoring brilliantly on his own throw in this set. But Damon called the heat. We used to have a dart player called the heat before he even graced the PDC, Dennis Ovens.
I remember Dennis from that previous generation of talent. Treble 10 leaves double 16 for Woodhouse, and he's pinned that. So we're going to a deciding leg in the third set. And I don't believe it, our producer Jack has sent through the list of what happened to Henry VIII's wives. As in who was divorced, who was beheaded, who died. Now that's got me thinking about those stupid history lessons when you had a poem or a rhyme to remember the order that people were kings and queens. Willie, Willie, Harry, Steve, Harry, Dick, John, Harry 3, 1, 2, 3, Ned's, Richard 2, Edwards 4, 5, 6, then who?
You're going to have to make one up for people left in the World Darts Championship.
That's now, don't tempt me, because I'll do that. Don't dare me to do that sort of thing, Paul Nicholson, because I will.
One thing that Woodhouse is daring to do right now is to take a 2-1 lead. He starts with a 134 and backs it up with a 140. Damon's only on 400 after 6 here. He is a maximum visit behind. This is a bad situation all of a sudden for the Australian.
It is, but lovely first start from this visit. Looking to fill it up with a max. 140, but he's now on the tail of Woodhouse. But Woodhouse half a dart ahead. And he's got 3 darts in hand. Trying to get down to a finish. 39 scored. Lovely treble 18. Big treble 18 from Luke Woodhouse to put him in control of this deciding leg.
Yes, on 134. It's not necessarily about taking the 134. It might be about how easy it is to leave a double. However, things might be about to change. If he doesn't take the 134 out, Damon could take 120 and nick the set away. That was an interesting play. He went 19s on 134. He's got 4 of them, so he's got 58 left. Just checking that with George Noble. Single 18 leaves tops, but Damon, to win the set, has 120.
Single 20 hit, treble will leave tops. Moves along the oche just for a moment. Oh, he's hit the treble. Double top. He has pinned it once already after a difficult start on this double. Heta for the set. Hits tops and takes the set. Shanghai on the 20s, just when he needed it most. He delivered the double top perfectly, and he leads by 2-1 when he looks second favourite in that leg.
I don't know if you caught that, but Damon Heta on the stage when he hit that tops, he looked towards his friends and some of his family in the VIP area there. He walked towards the board, and the microphone next to the board caught him laughing in an evil manner, as if to say, ha ha, there's nothing going to stop me. He's 2-1 up, and now he's got 2 ton plus checkouts. The 120 there to win the set, and the 141 for the 9-darter. Under pressure, he's now starting to deliver in all departments.
Just for the avoidance of doubt, Catherine of Aragon divorced, Anne Boleyn beheaded, Jane Seymour died, Anna Cleves divorced, Catherine Howard beheaded, Catherine Parr survived. We all happy now? Can we move on? Get back to the darts, please.
90.
Chris Mason.
We cover such an array of subjects on darts on the radio.
We are a broad church. Henry VIII made his own church.
This is our church.
Certainly is. Electric church. Maximum for Woodhouse. He's got the darts at the start of set 4. That's our 10th maximum of this third round tie, the first third round tie. And Woody, in fairness to him, is not crumbling under the quality finishing that we've just seen from Damon. 141 and a 120 taken out already by the heat.
Well, in previous time stamps, we've seen Woodhouse crumble in front of our ears and in front of our eyes. It's something that has changed. He is more resolute than ever before. He's going to have to be against Damon. 158 for Woodhouse. He's looking at the treble 20 and gets it right at the top as well. Second dart in the treble 20. Double 19 for 158. Wonderful from Woody. And he looks towards his friends and family as if to say, right, are you ready for a dust-up? Put a little Woodhouse in your soul.
He might be a giant if he takes out Damon Heta
59.
in this third round encounter.
I begged him to walk out to that, you know. I begged him, and he just wouldn't do it. He chose the phonics.
He's in for a max as well at the start of this leg. Well, he's against the darts against Heta, but he's already picked off a max. May I remind you that Christian Kist, who scored the first 9-darter, did not win his match.
The 9-dart curse. When Kyle Anderson hit his 9-darter against Ian White over a decade ago, he lost the match in the same session as Terry Jenkins hitting a 9-darter, who also lost to Per Larsen.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Dean Winstanley hit a 9 on there, lost to Van der Voort.
Sense a theme here.
There's a few.
Well, Woodhouse, emboldened by that 158 checkout, is going to get down to a finish here to break the throw and go 2-0 up. Oh, lovely visit. 139 to leave himself on 48 for an 11-dart leg. Heta way back. He's back in Perth on 320.
Darius Labanauskas lost after hitting a 9-darter against Mike De Decker just a couple of years ago.
You see the cogs whirring in Paul Nicholson's brain to my left. It's all from his head. He's not got anything written down, you know. Double 16 for Woodhouse. Just inside. Double 8 next door. Very nicely done. 12-dart break of throw. And now he's throwing to bring us level at 2 sets apiece in a race to 4 on talkSPORT 2. This already, I would venture to say, Paul Nicholson, is a closer encounter than many of the bookmakers, including our friends at William Hill, would have expected before the get-go.
Yeah, very much so. A close encounter of the dart kind. Just the kind that we like. And Woodhouse is playing sensationally in this set, averaging 114. Just closing Damon out. Brilliant. 9 seed gets his 6th 180. They've got 6 each now. There's a danger that this game could easily get 20 plus. Easily. This game could actually yield something in the region of £80,000 for charity in one match.
And I tell you, the assembled throng here at Ali Pali have already had more than their ticket price worth of fun. Not just the 9-darter, but the quality of this match. It's just got steadily better and better. Woodhouse really rising to the challenge. I've got to give him oodles of credit here, because I think there are times where a Luke Woodhouse could have waned under this sort of pressure. Another 180 from Heta. Down to 84 from 9 darts. He's got a chance for an 11-dart kill, but here comes Woody trying to get down to a finish of his own. He's down to 104, but Heta gets a look at 84.
And if he doesn't take it out, he could lose the set. Small 20, needs a 14, gets 3 of them. Double 11 to save the set. His finishing in the last couple of sets has been so crucial.
And again, he does the Lambeth walk back down the oche, and then realises, oh, wait a minute, it's my throw. He's broken back, so 2-1 to Woodhouse, who would still have the darts in a deciding leg in this set, if that's what we get to. By the way, darts on the radio, the hashtag. Got some people getting in touch. Jonathan Starling says, hey, Talk Dance. That's how you get in touch with me on the artist formerly known as Twitter. TalkDANTS. I think the first question to Heta should be, if he wins the match this afternoon, have you picked out your Rolex?
Yes, because he did say that if he hit a 9-darter, he was going to treat himself to something. He's not that materialistic, Damon. He's all about saving for a retirement with his wife Megan and going back to Australia, because that's what he's going to do for his retirement. But I think he's probably earmarked something if he hit the 9. Now he's got one. He's got the option of going to get one.
And Matthew says, hi gents, off to Brum to meet up with a mate. Already had one train cancelled. Thank goodness I can take darts on the radio with me. Thank you, Matthew. Just use the hashtag darts on the radio and we'll pick those out, and we'll read those out as we go out throughout the course of the rest of this tournament.
2-2-4 Heta in leg number 4 of the 4th set. It crumbles down to 84 again. A checkout he took in the last leg. Woodhouse on 200 wants to close this set out. All he can do is put himself in position from 200 points here. Looking for a 140 to leave 60. Only gets half of the 200. So Heta could stay in the set with another 84 checkout. It's on double 12 now. Treble 20 was wonderful. How's his double 12 and dart 3? Not close enough. And Woodhouse has a chance to end set 4 right here.
Treble 20 for tops. Only single. Will he go tops? He tried, but just hit another single.
60.
Lays up for tops. But Heta's now got 3 darts in hand for double 12 to make it 2-2 in this 4th set. There it is. Nicely done. But Woodhouse has the darts in the deciding leg. Can he make them count and bring us level in sets?
What's incredible to me, Dance, is that double 12 has had such a great part in the Heta story in this tournament. He missed double 12 for a 9 in his first game. He then hit double 12 to win his match against Connor Scott in 4 sets. He's hit double 12 for a 9 in this one. Double 12 has taken him to 2-2 in the 4th. This is where matches can turn. It's either going to be 2 sets all and best of 3 sets from here, or if Damon clicks this leg away, he will be 3 sets to 1 up, only needing 1 set from a possible 3.
Well, in for a maximum here to take an advantage, Heta, but 140 will do. It means he's ahead. 309 plays 2-2-1. And so Woodhouse started on the 19s, only hit a single. Oh, he's come up dry. A very rare trebleless visit for Luke Woodhouse in this set. So Damo powering down. Sorry, Nico. Trying to get down to 1-2-1 maybe.
This is massive. Think about what Damon did at the end of the last set, taking at 120 with Woodhouse positioned to win it. If Heta does it again, he might just break the foundations of Woodhouse in the next 81 points.
134.
Big visit from Woodhouse down to 116, but for the set and a 3-1 lead. 81 Heta, single 19 leaves 62. Treble 12 leaves double 13. Fantastic darts. And Damon Heta once again does the Lambeth walk down the stage. I'm not sure George Noble will approve of that, but he will stomp off the stage. 3 sets to 1 up, and Luke Woodhouse looks to the heavens. Thought he had a squeak of getting it level at 2 sets apiece, and we all thought that was likely, but some great clutch finishing means it's 2 sets apiece.
Yeah, absolutely.
3 sets to 1 rather.
The thing about that set is that Woodhouse came out of the traps and it looked like he was going to walk through that set. After 2 legs, he was averaging 114. Next thing you do is you see Heta saying, I'm not having any of that. I'm going to win the next 3 legs and win the set. And he did not afford Woodhouse a dart for the set. Fair play to Damon for doing that.
And we'll be back with the conclusion of this match next here on your home of darts on the radio, talkSPORT 2.
Good reason. Because one of you
talkSPORT 2, official
won
broadcast partner of the Premier League and the EFL.
in the Paddy Power.
Now doing it now.
180. Just won £60,000. Yes, it's you. Congratulations. Thanks to Paddy Power, you are £60,000 north. Congratulations. Brilliant. Happy New Year. What a result. £60,000. Stay exactly where you are. A member of the Paddy Power team will come and find you and give you the best New Year you've ever had. Welcome to the
£60,000 has just been awarded to a random member of the audience here at Ali Pali, a gentleman in a suit with Christmas decorations on it and a rather fetching yellow hat. Has just discovered he's £60,000 richer just by dint of his ticket number and where he's sitting in amongst the 3,000. That's because Damon Heta earlier hit a 9 darter, finishing on double 12. He leads Luke Woodhouse by 3 sets to 1 in a race to 4 as round 3 of the PDC World Darts Championship gets underway here on talkSPORT with our friends at Village Hotels. Dine out, stay, work out and play this festive season at one of 33 cracking UK locations. Still to come, Johnny Clayton of Wales takes on Daryl Gurney of Northern Ireland in the second match of the afternoon. And then to round things off, Stephen Bunting will take on Madars Razma. All these matches now best of 7 sets. And we're just seeing footage again of Heta's 9 dart finish where the place went absolutely crazy. Luke Woodhouse as much joining in the celebrations as the man who hit the 9 himself, Damon Heta. And now we have a winner of £60,000 on the stage, in the crowd, and Prostate Cancer UK also benefits to the same amount. Brilliant stuff.
Real contrast between the celebration of that 9 darter and the Michael Smith 9 darter with Michael van Gerwen. You think about that was in a world final, and I think constructively Van Gerwen wanted to stay nice and placid. He didn't want to raise the hand like Luke Woodhouse did with Damon Heta just there. He wanted to win the world title that night. He didn't want to give too much away. But I think because these two are very close friends, they've actually got the same equipment manufacturer. They've spent time with each other doing promotional videos, social media content. They know each other extremely well. But what we've seen in the last 2 sets, it can be categorized as such. Damon has finished the set better. And I suppose based on one of the walk-on songs that he's had in the past, things can only get better because that's what he's walked out to by D Ream.
We are into these longer matches now, 7 sets maximum in length. And once you get past those tricky 5-set encounters for seeded players, quality is, shall we say, more likely to come through in these longer form encounters, where if you make a bad start as a seeded player, you still have that little bit of extra time to make it up.
The thing that proves that, Dance, is that we've had 19 legs in this contest. Only the top level of player in PDC darts play best of 19 legs or more. Woodhouse doesn't play a great deal of that. He's played some, but Heta plays it all the time. And that's where he's starting to stretch his legs. If you're going to be successful here, you've got to be able to do it in a match that could last at least 2 hours long. Yeah,
we've had 19 legs so far in this encounter, which is like a final in a PDC floor tournament. It's like a first round encounter at the World Match Play, which is even longer form. You get to 30 odd legs in the final there. Maximum from Woodhouse. But Heta for the first leg wants 152. Chance for Woodhouse to break then, as 152 won't go.
93.
Good cover on treble 18 from the heat, but Woody wants 69 here.
Might look at the 19s here. He does have the option of the 15s as well, but his first start lands in a big 19, so he's got 50 left. He can choose whatever double he wants to leave in a primary sense, and he chooses double 16. Just on the outside, you heard the wire clipped. Heta's got 59, and he's going to go back to tops.
2 darts at double top for Heta. The first dart is way above, not even a marker. And the second dart is way below. He snatched at it, tricep muscle tightened, and it landed in the middle of big 20. So Woodhouse back in for 2 16s. Wires it on the outside. Too far inside. 1 dart at double 8 just next door at 8 o'clock on the board. Misses it. 16. Big chance gone for Luke Woodhouse.
20.
Big chance now for Damon on double 10. And he hits it with the first dart. He's been much better at double 10 than double top. But Woodhouse has afforded him 29 darts at a double. Earlier in the match, Damon's percentage was around 18%. Now it's up at 41. That tells you what he's been doing over the last couple of
96.
sets. Getting chances, taking chances, moving into this 3-1 lead. And in the immediate sense, he is within 2 legs
100.
of the last 16 for the second time in his career. Last year, Dancy lost to the eventual semi-finalist Scott Williams.
So Woodhouse with the darts in leg 2. He's got to break the Heta throw somehow to stop this match going the way of the number 9 seed.
43.
Coming up next, what should be a great encounter between Johnny Clayton and Daryl Gurney. Nico and Chris Mason will guide you through that one next here on your home of Darts on the Radio, talkSPORT 2.
58.
Don't forget our talkSPORT Darts YouTube page with watch-alongs like we're doing right now, with the camera in our commentary box here. Interviews with the great and the good
93.
that we brought you since the start of the tournament, along with all of our live commentaries, all thanks to the new Top Trumps Darts Legends game.
Earlier in the match, we were talking about how resolute
96.
Woodhouse has become. He's improved in that department. But when you are trying to improve a trait of yours in professional sport, it's all well and good improving that in Players' Championship
58.
events on the floor, maybe European tours.
51.
But when you're in a position like this, that will be tested to its limit. 1-5-1 for Woodhouse. He's got 2 visits forward, but he's got a treble 20 and a treble 17. How's his tops? Just underneath by half a centimetre, but he will be back for 10s. The double that Heta hit to win the first leg of the 5th set, which we're in right now.
So 2 darts at double 10. Heta
57.
comes up dry.
20.
Only 150 left for Heta, so Woodhouse has got some room with which to work, but he's got 2 darts in hand at 2 10s. Oh, he wires it on the outside. You can hear it clip the outside of the wire, and he clips it again and misses on the outside. So there is still an outside chance for Heta on 150.
He has not taken his eye off that treble 19 for the last 4 or 5 seconds, and he hits it. He would like another. He gets another double 18 for a crushing blow. Oh, that was such a big chance to put Woodhouse almost in the hen house.
20.
Instead, Woody has 3 more darts in hand for double 10. Again on the outside. Again he shifts slightly to the left on the oche. Again he's no closer. So even further across to the left-hand side. Come on, he says to himself. 1 dart left, and he's too far inside. Double trouble at the worst possible time for Luke Woodhouse.
What does Heta do on 18? Straight for double 9. Misses it inside by 2 centimetres, so he has to traverse the board. He gets his single 1. His double 4 is just outside. Does anybody want this second leg of the 5th set?
Well, now Woodhouse just taking a moment at the back of the stage, having a sip of water, and now he heads for the oche. Wants 2 5s now, went inside 2 10s with that last dart. Does he attack double 5 here? He does, and he gets it. And eventually it's a break of throw, so we're at 1 apiece in the 5th set. Heta 3 sets to 1 up, needing just 1 more set to go through.
This is in section 1 of the draw as well. It's in the same section as Bunting Rasma, because the winner of that one in game 3 this afternoon plays the winner of this
57.
one. And the top of this section is Nick Kenny against Luke Humphries, the number 1 seed and defending world champion, and Jermaine Wattermina and Peter Wright. Huge opportunities
96.
ahead in the next few days if you can get through this one. Heta is 3 sets to 1 up. 444 is his total score here, minus these.
85.
Has to settle for 85, so it's going to be 259. Or 359, I do beg your pardon. And it's 1-all in the 5th set. This is a moment where Woodhouse, if he can just spring into action, he could expose the fact that Heta is not sprinting towards the finish.
He's keeping pace with Heta after 6 darts apiece. Can he get down to a finish?
140.
Doubtful now that Heta's picked off a 140 there. He needs a maximum here, or something close to it. Woodhouse. Single 19 and single 20 won't help.
59.
Indeed, a trebleless visit. And now Heta has the advantage back in leg 3. Trying to get down to a finish from 219. And he's not done it. I don't think he's on a finish. No, 165, it's a bogey number.
Yes, that's a bad turn for Damon. 1-all. Woodhouse on 250. He'll think he should get to a finish from here. He really should. That second dart is a pinpoint treble 20, but he doesn't know where to go with dart number 3 now that the 60's blocked. That was a good choice. Treble 19 leaves him on 113, which is very makeable no matter what Damon does from 165.
He'll get down to a 2-dart kill. 90 scored, 97 scored, so 68 left for the heat. But to break the throw, 113 for Luke Woodhouse. Treble 20 hit, 13 for tops. He's gone 17 for double 18. Oh, he's just on the outside.
No matter what Woodhouse tries, it's not easy. And 68 for Damon is not easy. But he could make it look easy. That treble 20 was right in the middle. He's got 2 at double 4. He needs the second one. And they're both wide. That double has cost him 2 legs in this set. 3 darts at it, 3 misses.
Woodhouse back in for double 18. On the outside, good marker. Makes it count with dart 2. And now Luke Woodhouse has another chance to win a set. He had the chance to win the 4th set, and thanks to some brilliant clutch finishing, didn't take that chance because Heta was so good on the outer ring. Now he has the darts, Nico, 2-1 up to bring it back to 3-2.
This is where having good form in last leg deciders on the tour can really come up trumps, because you go through set format play like this, you might be 2-2 all the time and have to go through last leg deciders multiple times in the same game. This is what this is all about. Damon is performing better in leg 5 of sets. But here in set 5, do we even go that far? Because Woodhouse, if he holds through here, will win the set by 3 legs to 1 and be 3-2 down after 5.
Got loads of messages with darts on the radio going through. One from some bloke called Mark Wilson. Long drive to London, loving the darts on the radio on talkSPORT 2. A brilliant listener to hear the 9-darter 2 bonus. He sounds like a nice chap. We should get him in the commentary box sometime.
Sounds like that guy that was at Liverpool last night.
Yeah, familiar. Also, Rusty says, love the commentary on the 9-darter whilst out with Lucy and Dotty, the Border Terriers. Glad you enjoyed it, Rusty. And Cider and Saint says, I think Heta and Woodhouse have both been underestimated this year. Cracking players. Use the hashtag darts on the radio to get in touch. It'd be lovely to hear from you. Woodhouse to win the set, coming down from 207. We'll get down to a finish. Heta has been very wasteful in this leg, not pressurised the Woodhouse throw nearly enough, Paul Nicholson.
Well, the fact is, he's been poor in this set. He's averaging 72.5 in this set, which has had 3.5 legs. Woodhouse should win this set with this visit or the next. Single 20, but then a 3 with 91 left, which means he's got 88. With Heta back on 295, he's got the luxury of using the 16s here. That's what he does. He gets 3 of them. That's a beautiful last dart. So he's on tops when he comes back to win the set with a lot less fuss than prior sets played.
295 Heta less this visit, and it's not going to get anywhere near a finish. Treble 19 will help, but only 92 scored, so much comfort room here for Luke Woodhouse to take the set. Only needs 1 dart, only needs 1 dart. Now he's back within a set, it's 3-2, and in the 6th set, Luke Woodhouse has the darts.
Yes, he does, which means it's more likely for us to go the distance than this game finishing in 6 sets. When you come back after Christmas, you've got to be ready for long matches. This one has already got 46 minutes of game time. They've been on and off the hockey for the last hour and 10 minutes. If you can't handle that, you're not going to win matches in World Championship games like this. But they're both very ready, and Heta's got to be better in set 6 than he was in set 5. He would admit he was poor. That can't continue.
As David Jarman says, using hashtag darts on the radio, you Heta believe it. It's getting Heta all the time. So, Woodhouse has a slight advantage. 2-2-4 plays 2-6-5 after 6 darts apiece. Lovely first dart. right into the red bit, follows it in. 8th maximum, maybe? Not quite. 3rd dart, just a dirty deflection into small 20. But he's down to a finish of 84 for an 11-dart leg.
Down in the 171 again for Heta, and he's got his 3rd of the game. 3 treble 19s to leave 94, but Woodhouse is already on a 2-darter of 10 less than that. Treble 20 hit, double 12 for an eagle-eyed Woodhouse. Missed it high by a centimetre. The adjustment, not quite enough. Still too high. Can Damon find 94 after the perfect visit last time round?
Treble 18 would leave tops. He hits single 18. Oh, lovely treble 20 to leave double 8. Why is it on the outside again? I bet you heard that wherever you were listening to talkSPORT 2. The clatter of tungsten against wire.
Sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bad thing. Woodhouse takes the pace out of the game. Approaches double 12 high. Needs to be better with dart 2, and it is. It's right in there towards the top of the bed. It's 1-0 Woodhouse, and he's got the momentum right now.
Sure has. Both averaging over 100 in this early stages of this 6th set. To race to 4 sets to get through. Heta 3 sets to 2 up. Heta hit a 9-darter earlier, taking out double 12. The double he so narrowly missed when playing Connor Scott in round 2. Heta now coming downstairs again for 19s. Only picks up a single this time. So everyone just taking stock, it seems to me, around the Grand Hall here. Post 9-darter, post Woodhouse not giving up, which is to Woody's eternal credit. But Heta still leads.
You know, Dan, Phil Taylor never had a 9-darter of the world.
95.
Never. It only happens to very good, very fortunate people who put themselves in position and hit that final double. Phil never did it. 173 for Heta. Woodhouse at the hockey now. That 140 does not get him to a finish. 204.
He did at the match play though, right?
Multiple times.
Yeah. That's why the trophy's named after him. One of the reasons the trophy's named after him. 16 wins will also have something to do with that.
Nobody's actually hit 2 9-darters at the same World Championship.
Now, Woodhouse from 204 to pressurise the Heta throw. It's a good 140. Heta's got a tricky outshot of 116 here. Nico, guide us through it.
Treble 20 will be what he wants. He doesn't get it. He's small 5 and he's an inch low. That was a bad, tense dart. And Woodhouse, who's sitting on 64 here, is going to have a chance to be 2-0 up in the 6th set. Another small 20 effort here for Damon means he's on 91 with 1 dart left. Just thinking his way through this one. And that visit with a small 15 at the end was nothing but trouble.
64 for Woodhouse. Treble 16 hit for double 8 for a break of throw. Brilliant stuff. How about that for a clutch finish from Luke Woodhouse? He's not done yet here. Heta leads by 3 sets to 2, but Woodhouse now with the dart can level it up in sets. He's 2-0 up in this 6th set. As we tick round past 2 o'clock on this Friday afternoon. Yeah, it's Friday. Just let you know what day of the week it is. We're all confused. Don't blame yourself if you don't know what day of the week it is. We're all in the same boat. It's Friday. And it looked like a red Heta day for Damo when he got his 9-darter, but victory is nowhere near assured for the Heat.
Yeah, 9 darters only win you 1 leg. They don't win you anything more than that.
Apart from the 60k.
Woodhouse has not panicked. When he was 3-1 down, he had every reason to think, this is not going to be my day. He keeps stealing the 5th leg away from me. But since the end of set 4, Luke Woodhouse has been on another planet to Damon Heta. He's constantly ahead in the scores. Admittedly, he's only 1 behind here, but he's in better positions all the time, and this one's way more likely to go the distance than it being 1 in 6 sets.
Bag of nails there though from Woodhouse, just 43 scored. He hit single 4 when he was aiming for treble 18. Heta can't really punish him though. He's coming up dry on his visits as well with a lack of trebles. As shown there, 57 scored. So 265 plays 250 in this very nervy 3rd leg.
Here we go with the 171 effort for Woodhouse this time. He's got 2 treble 19s looking for the 3rd. He gets it this time. And he's left 94, but it will be for set 6. and to win this set to 0. Damon, with only a ton to leave 150, Woodhouse very likely to be bringing us level after 6 sets right here.
Treble 18 would leave tops, single 18 hit. So 76, single 20, then hit 16 for tops. Will he be back for it? 150 for Damo. Looking at the 19s, won't go with a single 19 there. So he's back up to the 20s, trying to set up a 2-dart kill. 59 scored, so for the set, tops for Luke Woodhouse.
Double top. Woodhouse takes it with one shot and wins set 6 by 3 legs to 0. We are tied at 3 sets apiece. And in this final set, you have to win it by 2 clear legs, unless it goes to 5 legs all. And at that point, we could have yet another final leg decider, like we had with Mansell against Clayton. My word, that was some game. We had another one as well.
Mrs. Woodhouse
58.
visibly perturbed. Mrs. Heta invisibly perturbed downstairs in the bowels of Alexandra Palace, wanting no part of being in the VIP area.
Well, as a dart player or an aspirational player, you haven't lived until you've been through a game like this. You might have to go to the limit.
I'm thinking of what,
45.
like Cullen Humphries last year, what their respective partners went through during the course of all those missed doubles at those crucial stages. Whoa, just...
Supporting dart players is a fabulous calorie burner.
There you go, there's your New Year's resolution. If you want to get fit, team up with a darts player on the circuit. It'll do wonders for you.
140.
I might take you up on that.
Think about some of the last set deciders we've seen, some of the most important sets this place has ever seen. Gary Anderson was 6-6 with Phil Taylor in the 2015 final. He won that final set 3-0. 3-0 under that pressure. He'd never won a world title before. Sometimes you've got to dig that deep. Damon is digging deep right here, but only scores 96 and leaves himself on 162. Is he going to pay the penalty for leaving that bogey number? Woodhouse only gets a ton to leave 190, so Damon's not going to pay that penalty.
Heta's got the darts in this final set. Trying to come down from 162, which is, Paul rightly says, is a bogey number.
58.
Only 58 scored, so he's not broke 100 here, Damo. Woodhouse from 190 should get down to a finish. May even get down to a 2-dart kill. Definitely with his first dart he will.
Damon's biggest weapon is double 16 kills on a combination.
124.
124 for Woodhouse. It leaves 66. Damon hasn't had a combination finish on double 16 yet. He gets an 18, and then he doesn't get the treble 18, so the shot is off. He's got 85 left, and Woodhouse could keep rolling on here with a 66 checker to take the lead against the darts in the final set.
Lovely bullseye
66.
to take Heta down to 35, but 66 for Woodhouse. 56 left, 16 for tops. 16 hit right in the centre of the bed. One dart in hand for Luke Woodhouse at tops to break through at the start of the deciding set. Well, Heta's not doing the Lamberport now. He's walking backwards for Christmas. Out of the World Championship if he's not careful.
Second leg, Luke to throw.
And there is a sudden surge of self-belief coursing through the veins of Luke Woodhouse of Bewdley, who's back in front in this match.
Amazing game. Woodhouse averaging 93 plus now and getting better. That's the 15th maximum of the game, and Woodhouse takes the lead in that statistic as well at 8-7. All of a sudden he's got the Australian number 1
59.
on toast. He is the 4th highest ranked player left in this tournament. This would be a shock if Woodhouse was to win this one.
It's not going to be the curse of the 9-darter again. Woodhouse can't follow up the maximum with anything in terms of a treble visit. Only 45 scored. But Heta, his trebling has completely deserted him on treble 20. Picks off treble 19 though. And he's now staring at the ground. He's Nowhere near as ebullient as he was half an hour or so ago.
Nowhere near it. Woodhouse has got control of this game. I've never seen him look this positive under pressure. As soon as he found the lead, he said, this is mine. Another cover there for Damon Heta. He needed more. He leaves 2-6-3. Woodhouse is already on 1-3-6 to get a 2-0 lead in the final set.
He won't go with a single 20, so what can he lay up for? 96 left, stays 60. On the 20s, trying to lead double 18, only hits a 60. Heta, 2-6-3, he needs 140 minimum here.
First dart is not cooperating, he's got a small 20 there. The arm looks tight. Has to go to the 18s with the last dart, gets a treble 18, leaves 170 just in case, but Woodhouse in full control. He's got 76 and 3 darts in hand. First dart is a small 20. That could be rather good because it's nowhere near the tops, which is now open for 2-0. 2 darts that he under-delivered there. That first one was under. The last one missed by half an inch low on the tops.
Now, I'll tell you this, he's hit a 9-darter already, Heta, but if he picks off this 170, the place is going to go wild once more. Oh, he won't do it. First dart's dipped into small 20. So he's looking down at the 19s. Only hits a single 19. Can he pick up a treble 18? No, can't even do that this time.
Everything's low. On every treble effort there, everything was short. Woodhouse can be short on double 10 as long as he gets the line right. He's missed it half a centimetre to the right. Then a bit closer on the wire, has to go left on the hockey. 1 dart left at double 10, and he finds it. He's 2-0 up in set number 7, and Team Woodhouse now believe that he could be 501 points away from victory. And a time in his career where he's looking to kick on, he could even get into the top 32 by the end of this tournament, or indeed after this match.
2 legs to love up in a deciding set. Luke Woodhouse is on the brink of knocking out the number 9 seed. Heta, though, has the darts in this 3rd leg and has a 140 to start, 59. Whilst Woodhouse picks up a trebleless visit of 59.
The only way that Damon can win this match now is via a tiebreaker.
140.
Woodhouse might not need one. He's got 4-4-2. To Damon's credit, he's found 280 points with 6 darts at the start of leg 3 in the final set. This is a leg he must win. And the next one as well.
140.
3 140 scores. Down to 81 after 9 darts for Damon Heta, the Heat
85.
from Australia. He hits single 3, 78 left, but treble 18 leaves double 12. Just inside. But Woodhouse back on 260. Cannot pressurise the throw.
I just can't believe how many times in this match Damon Heta has not left double 16. He's one of the best double 16 hitters that we've ever seen. But now he's on double 6 for 2-1 down. Misses it left, so he's got to go to the basement of double 3. That dart flattens out. It might be kind, but then again, it wasn't. He's left on 6 points as Heta. Woodhouse 160 points away from the last 16.
Settles on the hockey. Treble 20. Can't go. Just a single left. He sort of smiles and grimaces all in one facial expression.
100. David, you require 6.
Maybe academic. Double 3 again for Heta. Oh, he's gone 2 for double 2. He split it. 1 dart left in hand at double 2. It's not gone.
2.
Match point to Luke Woodhouse, and Heta knows it. He can't believe it, and he's taken an eternity to get the darts out of the board. It's like he can't believe it's happened. Woodhouse is 60 points away from victory. 20 for tops. It's a bit of a blocker, that single 20. Can he see round it? Yes! Luke Woodhouse knocks out the number 9 seed, Damon Heta. A hug for his mate, who hit a 9-darter earlier in the match. But as we've seen so often at these World Championships, hitting a 9-darter does not guarantee you safe passage through to the next round. And Luke Woodhouse, who's never been this far before, is into the last 16, beating Damon Heta by 4 sets to 3, Paul Nicholson.
Incredible. A lot of people might say in the coming days that the 9-darter came at the wrong time. But Damon ended up winning that set. And he also won the next two. He was 3-1 up in a great position. But that may be a career-defining victory for Luke Woodhouse. When his back was against the wall, he became the better player. He hit more doubles in the last 3 sets, and he gave himself tremendous chances. I can't even speak. Incredible first game post-Christmas. And I don't think there are going to be any dry eyes in Bewdley over the next couple of days. A personal best performance at the Worlds for Luke, and he's now got more games to come.
Damon Heta just leaving the stage now, disconsolate. The £60,000 he's earned for that 9-darter, no consolation whatsoever for the heat. And so, as Paul Nicholson rightly said, the 4th highest ranked player left in these championships has gone. Luke Woodhouse has made it through to the round of 16, the first time he's ever been that far. You'll hear from him later. We'll have a chat with him backstage here on talkSPORT 2. And that is a mouth-watering little hors d'oeuvre we brought you, because Chris Mason's going to join Nico in the commentary box next for what should be an absolute classic. Johnny Clayton, the ferret, up against Super Chin, Daryl Gurney. Another 7-set encounter on the way. It may go all the way, just like this one. The only way to find out is to keep it here on your home of darts on the radio, talkSPORT 2. Luke Woodhouse has knocked out Damon Heta by 4-3 here.
talkSPORT 2, official broadcast partner of the English Football League.